And so Infiltration's just worried. What's coming? Toward Fierce? Sweep? What's coming? And walk up. Hold toward on.
And then grand final starts. And okay, you see right there, so Daigo knows that Infiltration is capable of jumping at the beginning of the round, right? So he's done it a couple times where he faked at the beginning, saw Infiltration, didn't jump, so then he throws the fireball, right?
Although in the very last game, he threw a fireball at the start. That was his opening.
And so watch this time. He fakes, and Infiltration waits, fakes with him, and then jumps at end. So he played along with him. He said, you're going to see if I jump. You're going to see that I didn't jump, so now you're going to think it's safe to throw a fireball.
And he didn't even walk toward either to try to, which might have let Daigo in on what was going on.
So let's see if we can figure out exactly what changed here.
A little bit different fireball timing. That was a true block string, so that's fine. Yeah. Close enough. It's good. Oh, he tried to anti-air. With Crouching Fierce, it looked like.
Yeah, and it might have just been an execution error.
Could have been.
Oh, what a great read.
Oh. No, it wasn't. So, I mean, remember what I was talking about with the teleports and which direction he would go. Most of the time, it was toward.
Yeah.
Only one time in all the games they've played so far has he done an actual backwards teleport on Get Up.
And there again, you saw Infiltration walk into end distance and punished him. So that time Daigo started the round with a fireball right away, and Infiltration's jump was too slow, right? So he couldn't get in there. But you can see already Daigo's already kind of... I feel like he's reverted back into his fireball game a little bit. I don't know. Oh, nice. He just got him with that sweep. Akuma's sweep's so good.
Yeah.
Best sweep in the game. Actually,
it's not as good as Goken's, but it's just that he can do the good things off getting the sweep.
Yeah, and I also think it has a little bit more range than Goken's, so just a little bit more
it goes for the X to try to get a little bit more damage in there.
Boom, good throw. That jump cross-up short, you saw he waited too. After the cross-up short, he waited to see if Daigo was going to uppercut.
Yes.
Because I always talk about how cross-up shorts and cross-up forwards cause such short block stuns, so it's easy to uppercut in between. And so he waited for half a second to see if Daigo uppercut. He blocked through, kind of option select. If Daigo did the immediate uppercut, he would have blocked it and punished it, and then he didn't, so he got the throw. That's why it was a back throw too when you saw that, because he did back and then throw just in case he uppercut.
So Daigo's really trying to get outside of that end range. You see him backdashing a lot. Unfortunately, that's put himself into the corner. But he didn't want to be in that range. He recognizes that that's a bad spot to be in. He went a little bit too crazy in getting away from it this round, I think.
Beautiful dive kick to delay his descent so that he could land and whiff punish that. Oh, just chip him. Ow. Okay.
You know that's a pretty good sweep? Dan.
Really? Is Dan's pretty good? Okay. I don't know if you're totally trolling me on that.
Well, you'll never know. Toward Fierce. Oh, into a nice attempted punish. But again, that teleport toward.
Yeah.
So Daigo there was waiting to see what Infiltration would do, because you see him jump out of that range now. He just really doesn't want to be there. Unfortunately, last round it put him into the corner, but now it's working a little bit better.
It's so sick that he knows that low forward goes under that neutral jump forward.
Right.
He does that in the first to 10 as well. You'll see it.
There we see a little bit of battling from Infiltration in that range that Daigo killed him at when he walked toward. Remember, he walked toward. This time Infiltration wasn't having any of it. It had crouching jab.
Yeah.
But
look how much space Daigo has pushed Infiltration back. He's literally walked him back 3/4 of the stage.
Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's walked him to both sides of the screen. And it's because Daigo does not want to be in. That's why he's doing backdash, then fireballs. So you notice he's throwing fireballs from outside of that range.
So how does Infiltration get so much? I mean, does he win this round? I don't
remember. I don't remember individual rounds. So looks like probably not.
Nope. Okay, there he goes.
Well, that was great for Daigo. He wasn't in the range that was dangerous for him. Rather than battling there, as he did in the previous set, kind of just backed off. But it worked out that time. He didn't put himself into the corner in such a negative way as he did in the previous round.
Daigo again starting the round with a fireball.
You know, if you're Ryu, it's not like you can give up fireball. If you give up fireball, you're going to lose.
Right.
It's just that you have to convince your opponent to sit still for them.
Right. The beautiful thing is if you get that fireball out at the beginning of the round and the opponent blocks it, you have immediate advantage. Like, you start the round with an advantage, so it's such an important thing to try.
Again, Daigo just really trying to be mobile, backdash.
Yeah. So good. Jump back. I'm about to land on a fireball. Let me throw an air fireball, and I will land safely.
Yeah, being able to change your arc both jumping toward and jumping backwards. Something most characters don't get.
I don't know if people... I mean, obviously they notice now because of the whole inside, you know, the meme now, right? Mm-hmm. But, I mean, Akuma's jump back air fireball is just... It's easily one of the most powerful tools in the game.
Yeah, it's been good in, like, every game.
Yeah, exactly.
So this allows Daigo to actually get in now. The hard knockdown, or, well, a knockdown in any case. There was that range. Just go back a little bit. Sure. See where he threw that fireball, because I feel like it was at the bad spot. Maybe not.
I mean, Daigo has to throw fireballs occasionally.
Yeah, he does.
At the bad spot.
No, of course.
Yeah. Ugh.
Maybe a little bit outside of it, but in any case, it still works out to Infiltration's benefit.
Because I think Infiltration read the timing there. So here's the main thing right now is that Infiltration is reading the timing. He's not throwing them 2 in a row. So he's throwing fireball, waiting, and so he's read now that he doesn't do it twice in a row. So he's gonna let him throw 1 fireball, wait, and then start to react. Right? That's how he won that one. See, he just did it right. Well, that wasn't the true block string, I think. Right?
Oh, actually missed his combo. That's pretty rare. Daigo backdashing. Oh man. It's tough for him to always challenge as Akuma jumps toward because, as we said, Akuma can change his jump arc well enough that that's just a risk.
Uppercut FADC low jab is a combo for Akuma. It's so good. Oh!
Did he press the button? Oh, yeah, okay.
That's so good.
Yep, that's that round. He landed a bunch of these.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see what Daigo starts off with this time and what Infiltration starts off with, too. This opening gambit is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's the fake, but Infiltration didn't even want to be a part of it. I think he recognizes that he's starting to get a little bit more ground control in general.
Right.
And when the actual set, so the start is not that important.
So here's another important thing about Akuma, too, is that, like you said, changing your jump arc, right? So here he predicts the fireball, and he's like, oh, he didn't throw it. Mm-hmm. So I can dive kick and change my arc and kind of save myself out of this bad situation.
Yeah, no free Dragon Punch for Ryu.
Right, exactly. But Daigo says, you know what, I'm just going to throw you. Yeah. So good read from Daigo
exactly.
There. Oh, did he get him? Yeah, he did. Unfortunately, Daigo has to burn a lot of his meter, and he's down 1 round already, so it's just slowly trying to build
he used the low profile to get under that.
And here we go. Here comes that vortex. And again, this is not necessarily, you know, Daigo versus Infiltration. This is the power of Akuma here. He just has that vortex. And even the best players have to deal with it. They have to live in the confines of the vortex once it starts.
It's true. It's just that against Ryu, he doesn't get a sweep again.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, sick little frame trap. No, there are lots of these little individual situations that Infiltration has been getting the better of Daigo on. It's not just the spacing battle. It's these little frame track mix-ups. It's the fact that he's been able to consistently guess which way to teleport. The super that Daigo had in the last round was an option select, not just a guess. Infiltration, for the most part, has been guessing right.
Yeah. See, again, you're seeing how they're just... Like, Daigo's just scared to throw that fireball. He doesn't want to get blown up like he did at EVO 2012. Right?
Well, I love the jump that we just saw from Infiltration a little bit before this. It was even a little bit farther away from Ryu than the one that got thrown on the end of it. But he did, again, he jumped, saw whether Ryu was throwing a fireball, wasn't, just did a dive kick, landed.
Yeah.
It's just it's something that Ryu really can't challenge. Oh, you don't see too many jump towards like that from Daigo.
Yeah.
In this set, at least.
That's like the first time we saw for this whole... In all the matches we've watched that he's gotten over an Infiltration fireball. And here we go. Vortex time.
Nice little spacing there from Daigo just outside of the sweep.
You see those whiff jabs? Those are Raging Demons. You saw him go jab, 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 jab. He was like, I'm going to Raging Demon through a fireball here. Oh, no.
The counter. See what I'm saying? These counter hits are really working out for Infiltration. The little guesses.
Oh, and he gets the juggle off of that, yeah.
And he backs off, does not want to deal. Oh, but again, it was the crouching medium kick. Yeah. Wake up for Daigo. He recognized, I think, what Infiltration wanted to do, but Infiltration had just walked back far enough that he was okay.
That's the beauty of, oh my god, it's just dash all the way forward.
Yeah, 6 setup, too. That was, I don't know that there's any getting out of that.
Dude, how many dashes was that? I remember when we were doing commentary, we were like, what the hell, he dashed? Like, in this little sequence here, I think he dashed like 6 times. So he was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just
Wow.
look how many dashes that he had there.
Yeah, this is just a death setup for Akuma. If he had teleported behind Ryu would have recovered by then and been able to punish.
Only thing Akuma could have did was Raging Demon.
But that was far enough away that he would have been punished.
You think so?
Yeah, he was not at Wake Up Demon range.
Wow, okay. So, looks like Daigo... I mean, this is the second set. Remember, it was 2 sets of 3 out of 5. Daigo lost the first one.
Well, getting that anti-air is important. It's not too often that Ryu actually gets that on the way
but you know what?
been jumping.
This is actually really important that you point out this anti-air, because this is actually one of the other big changes that happened. So let's see, he gets the anti. Okay, well that time he didn't have any choice because the fireball. He was in the fireball delay. But there's something about the way that he anti-airs that changes drastically when he gets to the first to 10, and you'll see that in just a little bit. Oh, setups.
Yeah, that wasn't actually a setup.
Yeah.
Right. Well, those are cool. You know, people are starting to do that more. With little things to make you think that, oh, there's a setup coming, but there's not.
Dude, every time you see someone start doing that little... Okay, nothing Ryu can do here. Yeah. But every time you see someone do the dances and the whiffed buttons, you're just like, here comes that ambiguous jump.
Right. That's why if it's a fake setup and the opponent just lands and gets a grab, it's something I've seen more people do lately.
Yeah. A lot of people will do that and do empty jumps, too. Like empty jump low short is really good. So I hope that all goes away. I hate vortex. You know me. I hate it. So, oh, nice. Empty demon flip, essentially, and catching Daigo low. And again, see, he can protect himself from landing on fireballs with that air fireball. He always just has that air fireball motion pumped. He's probably always doing the motion when he's in the air, right? And if he sees the fireball, then he can just hit the button. But Daigo, once again, full stock on meter, so Infiltration has to be careful of that, because that's how he made that comeback in that other game.
Oh, you see Ryu really try to put the offense on there, but Akuma saw it and got the grab. He's going to get the kill on it. But I like the idea by Daigo that he did there, where he tried to... He was at end, and he thinks to himself, well, I feel like I've convinced Akuma to not press buttons here. He dashed up to try to get something going, but Infiltration recognized it and got his own grab.
Here we go, back into this again.
Yeah, they're really dancing around that spot. Nice. That was a nice range.
Yeah, that was a little N+1, N+.5 maybe, you know.
Right. That's an important spot for Daigo to hit.
Yeah. Okay.
His own jump toward. You don't see this too often, as we said.
Oh, ooh. Wow, did it catch him out of his delay?
Yeah, it might have.
Ow! Big damage time.
Oh, or not.
Yeah, standing roundhouse is really strange, unless he was trying to do a hurricane
Probably
or
hurricane.
Something.
Yeah.
Oof, you see them just stare down. Oh, God, I love those footsies.
Right.
Like, you get so much tension when you see people dance in each other's face like that and no one touches a button.
But Infiltration has done such a good job of not being at the places and times that Daigo expects now. You know, we've talked all about what the ranges are and where each of them is trying to be and trying to avoid. But when it comes to when to get into them, when to get out of them, and what to make happen when you're there, Infiltration has just been guessing right.
Yeah. And also, again, I want to point out that Daigo in this tournament here has been getting all of his damage when he can get up to Infiltration and play those little, you know, frame trap games, the Daigo game, the Daigo in close game that Vi is also really good at, you know, that kind of reading your mood and knowing when to poke. So really, if Daigo is unable to get that set up, get that momentum going, he really hasn't been able to find a way to do a lot of damage to Infiltration, right? And that's another one that, you know, I think is really important. He figures out a way to get more damage in the first to 10. God, it's so good. I love that.
Really trying to blow up that focus there with the Toward Fierce. You see, now he's trying to walk in a little bit as Daigo. Doesn't want to throw fireballs at that range. And I love those fireballs from Infiltration as a result, because that was him taking control of that range that Ryu is traditionally good at.
Yeah, and he did it by doing what Daigo does, throwing like 4 in a row. Like, you're not going to throw another one. You're not going to throw another one. You're not. And he ends up throwing 4 of them, right? And so there he goes. He gets that dash up and throw set up there because of that. Oh, nice. And EXDP, yeah, there's really not much Ryu can do about that. So
one game stands between Infiltration and winning, what was it, $75,000? Something like that he won in total?
Wasn't it two $50,000 tournament? Or was it two $25,000 tournament?
And then there was the car.
And then he got the car, yeah.
So he won a ton of money this day.
Oh. Man.
I don't think that. I think that might have been a punish, actually, because the fireball right up close is not safe.
Oh, so beautiful using that crouch fierce. Uppercut would have whiffed, so crouch fierce hits further above his head.
A little bit of a risk there with the hurricane to follow up by Daigo, but it paid off. It's really important that he... I mean, it sounds stupid, but it's important that he guesses right. It just hasn't been happening for him in this set. It's really been Infiltration getting those little individual interactions. You know, the game, Street Fighter, fighting games in general, you have all these spacing things that go on, but ultimately, if you're not getting those little guesses too, it's not going to pay off.
And there it was. He just jumped predicted right there and got some good damage off of that jump attack. So
you see Daigo just caught in the corner. This is a tough round for him. This is the last, potentially the last round.
So Daigo did a lot of work in this tournament. I mean, he did really well. He played it really smart. When it got to EVO 2013, I feel like he forgot a lot of this, because when you watch 2013, it's actually really close to how it looked in 2012. Yeah. So let's just do the 2013 match really quick, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll just do the whole first to 10.
Sounds good.
Because this, and remember this in 2013 they made all of top 8 first to 3.
Right,
all of top 8. And this was for 7th place right here. We have Infiltration versus Daigo for 7th place.
Yeah, this is losers semifinals. We saw them in the previous year in winners semifinals. This time they both lost before top 8.
This is ridiculous. It was so crazy. So let's see here. Choose the stage. Of course, they go to training mode stage here because hopefully that won't happen next year that we're on Xbox.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Not as scared of lag.
Yeah. So here we go. He immediately goes in here. And so Daigo's not throwing as many fireballs.
Right,
It's a nice cross up here.
Actually gets a corner situation. As we said, he got very few of those in all the games we've seen them play so far. Daigo trying to stay out of that dangerous range. See, you see the distance he's picking there, but Akuma with the walk speed gets in.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Dash up, sweep. So Infiltration just looks like he's being a little more aggressive. Oh, he tried to focus dash through at that range, and Daigo said, you know, at that range, you like to focus dash. So.
Right, and that's a good lesson for him, because we didn't see too many of those mid-range EX fireballs from him in all the games so far.
So here we go.
He picked that up from last time they played.
Yep. And so you can see Infiltration's kind of changing it up. He's getting into that distance, and instead of trying to predict by jumping forward or sweeping or whatever like that, he's neutral jumping. This is new. We haven't seen him do a lot of this neutral jumping.
So let's see the last, I don't know, 10 seconds of that again.
Sure.
Because a lot of that was Daigo trying to convince Akuma to jump toward. Okay, yeah. That's probably fine. So he has this major life lead. All he needs is one more hit. And then, where's the fireball? Infiltration keeps waiting for it. Neutral jumping, staying away, keeps waiting for it.
Yep. And finally throws up the EX. And the EX is important because EX has way better startup than the regular fireball.
It's better startup. It's, well, safer and more damage and everything.
Yeah. But there's definitely something different about Infiltration. He's doing a lot of neutral jumps.
Wait, let's see the start of this one again.
Sure.
This was fireball. Was it immediate fireball?
Let's see.
Or was it a little delayed? Little delayed. Okay.
Yeah.
You see, he walked backward just a bit, threw a fireball, immediately backdashed, and actually got past the sweep that Akuma was trying to punish with.
Oh, he tried it again, focus dash, and he just didn't get it. He did it a little too early. But you can see what I mean by he's not predicting. I mean, he's not reacting. He's predicting. He gets over one, and he does it differently that time. That's the first time we've ever seen him do Tiger Knee EX Air Fireball at a prediction. So not only is that going to get him the same jump and damage, but if he doesn't throw the fireball, he's still safe.
Right. And then again, he guesses right on one of those situations.
Yep. Oh, and then uppercut because it pulls him back into the corner. Does he go for a reset? I forget. Or does he just does a full combo here and goes for a setup. Ugh. And then
goes for the kill.
Yeah. Oh, he blocks there too. He even blocks the uppercut. That's so good. Okay.
I think that was a crouching jab that was coming out.
Oh,
I think Daigo just screwed up.
Oh
man, he even waited.
See that? Did Daigo wait that time? Did he not throw two in a row? So he threw two in a row.
So throws it originally, then waits.
Oh yeah.
And he specifically, I think, was trying to bait a jump from a. Let's see it again. Let's see it again.
Yeah, he did the fireball
so
short.
So he throws the fireball. He goes for the short, which is the fireball fake, or will get over the sweep, as you said. But then he throws the fireball still.
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, you're not. You saw me fake. That means you think that it's time to stay on the ground, right? Like it's in this like reverse." reverse understanding of what the psychology is.
Oh, and again, Infiltration gets over. See, this is what I mean. It feels like Daigo has kind of reverted back to how he was before in 2013 because he's throwing a lot more fireballs that he wasn't throwing before. See, at that distance, after the tech, he gets put at distance N, and so he just sits there and immediately distance N again.
Okay.
So, again, Infiltration is properly punishing that distance. And sweeps him there, yeah, and boom, Infiltration takes game 1.
What are those green blinking glasses on the right? See those? Oh no, it's like a fairy top or whatever. I don't even know what to call that.
Probably. It's Vegas, right? So. Oh wow, no uppercut from Infiltration. Surprised.
Lots of trying to convince the other to overcommit at that range. That range has become so important for both of them.
Yeah.
Daigo trying to wait successfully that time.
Okay, uppercut trade.
Ooh, that was a dragon punch right there from Akuma. Daigo just had enough distance that he didn't get hit. And now Daigo doesn't want to throw a fireball at that range. You see, he's staying away, wants to get backwards. But we've seen this a couple of times from him at SF25, where he ends up moving backwards too far. Gets thrown in the corner. It ends up working out this time. He gets away, but you know that's a risk that he takes. And again, trying to backdash.
There was that walk-up sweep.
But the walk-up,
so he walked himself into distance N and then took an extra step and got the sweep in there. And there it was. See, again, he's not even reacting. He just predicted that. He just went for it. And fortunately, Daigo...
Oh, wow, he did a hurricane? I think he could have just gotten jump roundhouse.
Yeah, he did.
And gotten a kill.
I think he got scared. He was like, oh my god, I'm jumping. He's going to uppercut me, so I'm going to try to get past the uppercut. And then he was like, wait, he did throw a fireball.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah. Ugh. Point blank EX fireball. Good stuff again. So you can already see shades of what Daigo wants to do in the first to 10 when they play in the first to 10. He's throwing fireballs at N-1 and +1. Those are the key distances. And then when he is at N, he'll throw an EX fireball, which is harder to get over and harder to...
well, right now he's just hanging out for the most part, throwing some fireballs now, but he was, for a while, just waiting for Akuma. Man, and just guessed wrong at that one spot.
Yeah. But you see at N+1 how he got hit by jump roundhouse, crouch roundhouse?
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as the punishes from before, right?
Okay.
So the Infiltration might have been able to get stand roundhouse, but I think he was thinking more for setting up Vortex than anything else. But at least he's not taking like that gigantic chunk of damage, you know, that Akuma is capable of dishing out.
Wow, that walk toward is so threatening for Akuma because Daigo knows that it puts Infiltration into that range where Infiltration is so good at dealing with fireballs. And Daigo backs up because he keeps thinking, well, I got to get away from this. That range is deadly for me. But again, puts himself into the corner.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't even know this, too. Like, you know, people complain about how fast Cammy walks. Akuma walks the same speed as Cammy does. I think might be slightly slower or slightly faster than her.
I think he's faster.
Yeah, but they're essentially...
Isn't he the fastest? No, it's Vega, I guess. But other than that, I think
Akuma was second, yeah. It's pretty ridiculous, so... Shoto should not have that walk speed.
Yeah.
Shoto should not have that walk speed. Especially if you have that sweep. You know...
He's a good character. He's been good in all the versions of this game.
Yeah. Like I said, I still think he's #1 right now. So.
Yeah, I think he probably is, too. Daigo just really does not want to do anything. But, again, it's like he can't decide what to do. He keeps getting put into the corner because he keeps having to back up, and he doesn't want to jump toward against Akuma because he's going to get anti-aired.
Dude, I love that he walked under the uppercut so he can get back into the corner for the damage. And here we go, Dizzy, build some meter, focus attack, and then
who's waiting for the mash dragon punch?
Yeah.
Daigo will mash dragon punches. Yeah. These both will mash dragon punches.
Jeez, Infiltration's just blowing him up there. That was supposed to be a regular uppercut. It came out as a stand strong.
So in the last couple rounds, we saw kind of a reversal of what we saw in that winners finals of SF25, where Daigo recognized when Infiltration was scared and when Infiltration didn't want to put up much of a fight. He just wanted to back off, just wait for one hit. That has been the last 2 rounds, but completely flipped. Daigo's put himself into the corner, and Infiltration has recognized that. He's just walked toward. See him looking there? Very, very confident.
Since Daigo is no longer playing the fireball game, Infiltration has free reign.
Right.
He just.
I mean, what is Daigo going to do? Is very punishable sweep? Probably not. Is he? He just his main tool is fireball and crouching medium kick, and we have kind of seen Infiltration convince Daigo not to use those.
And then Daigo just drops it there. Uppercut FADC, no ultra. It's like half of him said, I don't know if I want to use it just yet because I haven't built enough of it, but...
It looks like, recently we saw Bonchan versus Cammy, right? And his Sagat was just like, what do I do in the mid-range? What buttons do I press? What do I do? That's kind of what's happening here.
Yeah.
And it's so good because, we'll see Daigo ultimately figure out what to do. But for now, he's just lost at that range.
Yeah. So this range is really where Daigo is.
Look, you see, walking backwards. Quit walking at me, Akuma.
Just a tiny bit of life here. Yeah, I think he just gets like chucked at the toes or something like that.
This is a bad EX fireball from him beforehand.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have killed. At that range, he wouldn't have gotten much out of it.
Oh, good stuff. Good save. Oh, just not fast enough. That was a reaction jump, not a prediction jump.
Yeah.
The reaction was just too slow. And there is a perfect example of never block when you can uppercut.
Yeah.
He wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get away in time, but why block? Because if you uppercut, you're going to hit him. If he gets you in time, he gets you in time no matter which one you try.
How about that, though? Actually seeing Daigo at the end of a round feel like he just has to do a jump toward. It's not too often do you see that.
That's really true. That is definitely a bad sign because everyone at the end of round uppercuts and jumps forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah, it's true.
And in fact, that's how Infiltration loses to Tokido this year too. I mean, this year. At the very end, he finally jumps at Tokido, and Tokido just waits him out and uppercuts.
Complete corner control right now. EX.
And then just another...
Any chip.
He was worried about Ryu's EX.
Yeah. Ryu would have won for sure. Yeah. Didn't want to take the risk. He knows all he needs is anything on chip. There it is. Daigo tried to dash toward at that range that he was just having so much trouble with.
Yeah.
He couldn't play offense from that range, as we just saw. He got beat for that. But he couldn't play defense there either. He kept getting walked backwards, and just he felt like he couldn't fight for that mid-range spot. As Ryu, if you're not fighting for that mid-range spot, you're going to lose.
Right. Oh, you know what? I just realized I've been using the wrong cards. I should be using the level 3 focus cards. I'm so used to when we're both on to use those. Yeah, I got to switch it around. So.
Well, whatever. All right, so let's take a break. When we come back, we will get into the recent 1st to 10 Mad Catz Unveiled set between Daigo and Infiltration.